Hello and welcome to Saturday. Oh boy. Okay. So I need to make a change in my lexicon or just the way I speak. When I pause, I typically say and when I just your brain pauses and you're trying to think of a word. For me personally, I either say um or like. I will remain unrestricted for the next couple sentences. See, there it was. But it's just one of those words that you pause with and you're like, what do I do? What do I do? Like, see, I keep saying it over and over again. And if I want to pause for a second, I should either pause and not say anything. But apparently, one of the most common, the word that's shared across all languages would be the word or just a pause like that. It's going uh something like that. That's how you pause and you go into your whatever conversation. Like is a word that I rely on too much. If I want to say something, I always go like this. I never It's just a word that's made its way into my lexicon instead of going instead of saying things such as um this person said this. One of the things that people have just started saying is this person was like this. And it's just one of those words that you just pause with. And there's probably a term for it. I am not a word doctor or what have you. But uh there it was. I'm just gonna point every time I say something, either I go or like for the rest of the video, because it's just one of those things where you're kind of restricted by your own lexicon. Um, See, instead of pausing, it's just you don't want silence is the thing, and it's taking a lot of thinking and brain processing to restrict myself from saying the word like in this scenario. But just saying or being oh is just, you don't think, right? It's just built into you, and trying to change that is something that I really need to work towards. It's just trying to change up my lexicon is going to be one of the most difficult things, and it's bad to have silence. You never want silence. You either want to fill that with some noise or just go from thought to thought without thinking. And if you need to think, that's why you pause, that's why you make a sound, that's why you go 1 second, instead of just going into another sentence. Saying things like like or going for me is a way to pause, think, and let my brain catch up. And it's just one of those crutch words that I rely on too much. Like is probably the largest one, and going is just human nature, and trying to change human nature is just a wild thing. I'm going to be tried I'm going to try and think of more ways to prevent myself from saying like or something along those lines in the future, but I need to work towards that quite a bit, and it's going to be difficult. It's going to be strange. Changing the way you speak is just a wild, wild thing that you need to do. It will probably take months, if not years, for me to fully try to remove this word from my lexicon. But when I kind of quit social media, again, I've been off of this for a while. It's just like is something, and probably just as well. It's one of those things where I just kept telling myself in my head, why are you saying, why are you on this? Why are you using this? If I just talk about it in my head and be like, there, and be like, hey, stop using the word like. Like is a bad word. Use a different word. Pause. Try and, think about what you're going to say. Pause. Restrict yourself from saying like, or try and just pause and not say Don't kind of be dumbfounded in such a way. And I know it's human nature. It's going to be hard. Like, it's incredibly difficult to change human nature, but I think I can work towards it. It's going to be challenging, but I want to try and do that. And hopefully, just me talking about it and making myself aware of it will prevent myself from saying like or pausing with or in the future. I'm going to be more aware of it, but actively like doing it and telling myself, hey, stop using this word, it's going to be difficult, and we'll see how we get along with it. It's going to be rough, but it's I think it'll be worth it in the end. Anyway, that's just a bit of a rant that I've been thinking about, so we'll see where we end up. For now, that's what I'm going to call it for today, so thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, later.